Welcome back to the Odyssey. I am Mike Odyssey, and happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you had a little break from all the fiasco, all the YouTube, all the Switch 2 stuff. Because you know what? Having little breaks is very, very healthy for you. Don't live on YouTube. Go out there, touch the grass, have some fun with family members. Life, right? It goes on. So I encourage you, take weekends off. I do. And so we're going to go back here after some time just looking at the trailer about 20,000 times about, Switch 2 stuff. We're going to go ahead and talk about that a little bit. And of course, talk about what's happening after, right? Because there's questions that need answers based on what we know. So Nintendo has finally revealed the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, what's next? Now we know that the Switch 2 exists. It's called Switch 2, but the Nintendo Direct is coming in March. Will we get more stuff for Nintendo Switch, right? Before we get Switch 2? What is the price for the Nintendo Switch 2? And when will the pre-order start for Switch 2? And what will be the launch title and what games are coming this year for Nintendo Switch 2? And so we're going to answer those questions here in this video. But before we get into that, I would love to invite you to join our channel. Enjoying here as a family, as a Nintendo organization, a friendly channel here. My goal is to get to 100K before the year ends, and only you can make that happen. I would really appreciate that. Right now, guess what? We broke the record. The record is 160 subscribers in one day. I would love to break the record right now with this video, and only you can do it happen. All right, so let's go ahead and start talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. Well, to answer the question about Nintendo Switch getting support, yes, Nintendo Switch will still get support. Nintendo is not finished with Nintendo Switch just yet. I see at least one more unreleased, unannounced game coming to Switch in February. My friends, that is the next question. Nintendo Direct will be in February for Nintendo Switch games. Nothing for Nintendo Switch 2. There will be no mention of the Switch successor or of the Nintendo Switch 2 during that presentation in February. Why? Because in March, no, not in March, in April, we are getting the huge, big, giant Nintendo Direct. I'm telling you, the biggest Direct in Nintendo Switch history. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be big. We will see a lot of games. We will be wowed, okay? Wowed. And I cannot wait for it. But before that, we got next month, Nintendo Direct. Right now, it is January 20th, and we got a couple weeks before that the Direct hits. It can hit on February 5th or the following week, February 10th, 12th. February 12th. So that could be like a Wednesday. So before that, we should be getting another Nintendo Direct with some unfinished business for the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo did promise they were going to, support the Switch with more games. So what games could we see in this Nintendo Direct? Before we jump into the Switch 2 stuff, let's go ahead and take care of that. One new game. A game is coming back. It's a niche game apparently. According to PH Brazil, there's a new game coming to Nintendo Switch. Switch, not Switch 2, but well, it's backwards compatible. Type of game that people love. I'm guessing it could be Star Fox. Could also be F-Zero. And so there's at least one more new game, unannounced game coming to Nintendo Switch. The rest are ports. Now, it could be anywhere from Tamagotchi Life. It could be anywhere from Mario Galaxy 2. It could be The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I don't see Twilight Princess just yet because that game has a better potential being on Switch 2 with the full remaster in 4K beauty resolution. So I see that game more towards that. So Twilight Princess, 4K Switch 2, Wind Waker, HD Nintendo Switch. So that has that there. Now, Grezzo also admitted that they are in a better position to also release more Nintendo Zelda games with that top-down cutie patootie kind of look, right? The little chibi top-down thing. So don't be surprised if we at least get announcements for another top-down Zelda game, Ocarina of Time. No, not that one. Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. That's the one that's been really rumored for like years now, right? And so don't be surprised if we get a drop like that. I mean, nobody was expecting Echoes of Wisdom, Nintendo's first ever Zelda-led game, and that happened. So don't be surprised, right? Other games that could make it into Nintendo Switch, maybe NSO GameCube, who knows? Maybe Nintendo DS GameCube, who knows? When it comes to Nintendo Direct, that is what we know, right? There will be coming Nintendo Direct in February, just in a couple weeks. And then, of course, we have the April Direct, April 2 Direct for Nintendo Switch 2, and where we will know more about the console, whether it is 4K resolution, what's the innards, the gallbladder, the heart, what makes it beat, And of course, what games will it launch with? Although I predict the launch title is Mario Kart, since back in 2016, Nintendo launched the first trailer with Breath of the Wild, which was the launch title for Switch 2. And now we have another trailer for Switch 2 launched with Mario Kart. So I'm guessing Mario Kart is the launch title for Nintendo Switch 2, which, by the way, looks fantastic. What, 48 new players or something like that? 20 players, 28, 30, 40, 50? 50 players? That's all we know for events that are upcoming when it comes to Nintendo and Nintendo Directs. Nintendo Switch 2. There's a lot of and I'll end the video with this. I don't keep it too long, but I want to talk about that trailer. I've had some time to digest. I've had some time to think it over, and I think what I have to say, a lot of people need to listen to, because there's this mixed emotions out there. At least not from you guys. I know you guys are excited, but what I've read on X/Twitter, what I've seen out there in the wild, people are like, but the system looks the same as the other one. It just looks like a bigger Switch. I wanna just go ahead and address that for a minute there. Just go put sprinkle a little bit of truth in there, right? Number one, it's called a Nintendo Switch 2. So if there are similarities, we first have to start with the name. It's Nintendo Switch. So it's also a Nintendo Switch. This one is a Nintendo Switch. That one is a Nintendo Switch 2. It's the same form factor, because Nintendo, for the longest, okay, for all of you old Nintendo fans just like me, knowledgeable, wise Nintendo fans, we've been following Nintendo since the 80s. And so since the 80s, we've been getting two consoles, Nintendo NES, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, and so on, right? 3DS and all that stuff, right? We have Wii U, and then we also got Nintendo 3DS, right? And that was the very last console where we got two consoles, the handheld model and the dockable model. Now with the Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo tried. Now this right here, this is Nintendo's first attempt at uniting both handheld and also console, right? They gave you the ability here to either play with this and using on the screen, or they allowed you to just kind of pick this up and continue playing, right? When the TV was busy, you could still play on your paddy thingy here, okay? And so this was Nintendo's first attempt at that introduction to it, which wasn't that successful, but thus came the Nintendo Switch, the all-powerful, all-perfected form factor. Nintendo did not make a mistake. They knew what they were doing. They tested the waters. The waters were murky, but then they came back with the thunderstorm and the tornado and a little swirly thingy that you see in the waters when the tornado comes in. And so they perfected the form factor. It's a screen, as you can see here, that you can look at. That's never going to change. You'll always have a screen when it comes to mobile. Without it, you can't really play unless you have a chip in your head. And so this is what the form factor says. As you can look at, there's a controller on this side and there's a controller on this side. There's two controllers. There's two thumbsticks, right? That is a form factor. Controller buttons. Now, this doesn't have any removable Joy-Cons, but if it did, it would be kind of like a Switch, right? They were trying to give you freedom. They give you the ability to play on the go and sit on your couch and play Nintendo Switch on the screen over there, like on that one, like couch, potato, screen, on the go. Couch, potato, screen, on the go. That's what Nintendo Switch is. That's what Nintendo's been working on since the 80s until now. And now with the Switch 2, we knew that the Switch was just perfectly created, perfect form factor. All Nintendo needed to do to Nintendo Switch was make it better. Literally, bigger screen, more power, bring it up to date. Third-party developers who are developing current-gen games can make it on Nintendo Switch. That's all they needed to do. They didn't need to reinvent the wheel. They didn't need to do that this time around. All they needed to do was continue the successful trend of the Nintendo Switch, making it more powerful so that we can have the ability to play third-party games at better resolutions, 4K resolution and 1080 on handheld, right? That's all they need to do. They didn't need to do that much, but they're hiding something that we don't know about, and I want to keep it that way. I want to be surprised. I think that with the Nintendo Switch, at least the physiques, how it looks, right? The curves and the sexiness and all that stuff. We weren't surprised because there were leaks everywhere, right? But at least when it comes to the UI, when it comes to the features, when it comes to the gimmick, when it comes to whatever Nintendo is hiding behind the curtains, I want to know on April 2nd. I don't want to know you now. That's why I'm not going to give you any leaks anymore. I'm not going to provide any information I get. I'm not going to show you CADs or whatever. I am only going to wait until Switch 2 comes out in April 2nd for the Direct so that we can actually enjoy it together and be surprised and wowed and factored. Now, from here moving forward, I will give you news on Nintendo Switch and give you any updates I hear about Nintendo Switch 2 that are not related so much to leaks, right? And some inside information. I'm done with leaks. I'm done with that. Release date, pre-order. If you are planning on getting Nintendo Switch 2 at launch, I recommend you start saving now. Why? Pre-orders start in April. You hear me clearly. Pre-orders start in April. This April. By the end of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, pre-orders will be live. So you want to make sure that you, at least if you are in the US, you have $500 saved. No, the system will not cost $499. I'm just saying whether if you want to get a Switch launch game, Switch 2 launch game, at the very start, you want to go ahead that game, which was, by the way, will be kind of $70, unfortunately, you know, and of course to pay for taxes and stuff like that. So $399 for the system. That is a price. I guarantee it. You heard it here first. $399 will be the price for Switch 2. $70 for Mario Kart 9. Okay, $70 for Mario Kart 9. That is $469. And of course, taxes will bring it closer to $500. So you want to make sure that you at least have $500 if you want to pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2 with the launch title. Now, if you just want the Nintendo Switch 2 for now, let's say you just want Nintendo Switch 2 for now, you don't really want to get any games right now because you have a literally large library of games on Switch 1 that you can play right away on Nintendo Switch 2 in high resolution with whatever fix and bugs and ducks they add to it. That's all you want. Then guess what? I recommend at least getting $450. Just $399 for the system, and of course the tax and stuff like that will bring it up to at least $450 around that area. So make sure that you keep that money there. If you have a credit card, put it on the credit card. If you want to save it. But April 2nd will be the pre-order date. $399 US dollars will be the price with plus tax here in the US. Mario Kart 9, the launch title will be $70 here. Recap. Okay. Recap. Nintendo Switch. Great form factor. More powerful. Beautiful. Amazing. Right? March 2nd. Pre-order start date. June. Launch of Switch 2. Nintendo Direct coming in February for Nintendo Switch 1. Switch 2 will be in April 2nd. So that's all the information we have. There's no more information than that. And if you like this video, please help me out with the thumbs up. That thumbs up. And of course, leave your comment down below. Let me know. Give me your best question and stuff like that. And I just appreciate your time that you put into this channel, right? I appreciate you more than you know. Before I let you go, I have two things I need to let you know. Number one, never give up. And number two, journey on. Peace.
My body is ready to switch to. Can't wait much longer. What about you? Standing in line just to hear something.